Hello everyone, Pastor Vern here of Green Pine Baptist Church. It is Tuesday, June the 23rd, 2026. We want to invite you to a special song service that will take place on June 28th. That's this coming Sunday evening at 7 o'clock. There will be a special offering received to help support our VBS this year. VBS will be on July 15th, 16th, and 17th, 6:30 to 8:30 each night. But on with the devotion for the day. Philippians chapter 2, verse number 12 says, "Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling." As believers, we are not saved by our works, but we are saved unto a life of growth and obedience. When Paul tells the Philippians to work out your own salvation with fear and trembling, he is not teaching that we can earn our salvation. Rather, he is teaching that we are to live out what God has already worked into our hearts through his saving grace. The wonderful truth is that God does not leave us to grow in holiness by our own strength. Philippians 2:13 reminds us, "For it is God which worketh in you both to will and to do of his good pleasure." Every step of spiritual growth, every victory over sin, every act of obedience is possible because God is actively at work within his people. Paul then gives a practical example of what this looks like. Do all things without murmurings and disputings. Christians are called to lay aside complaining and grumbling and constant arguing. Instead, we are to reflect the character of Christ and shine as lights in a dark world. In a crooked and troubled generation, our attitudes and actions should point others to Jesus. Paul also reminds believers to hold forth the word of life. We are not only to cling to the gospel ourselves, but also share it with others. As we faithfully live and proclaim Jesus Christ in this world, our lives become a testimony to God's transforming power. And finally, Paul emphasizes joy. Even while facing imprisonment and the possibility of death, Paul rejoiced in Christ. True joy is not found in circumstances, but in a relationship with Jesus Christ. As we grow in holiness, serve others, and walk with Christ, that joy becomes evident in our lives. So ask yourself today, am I shining for Christ? Am I sharing his gospel? Am I living with the joy that only God can give? Whatever may be lacking in your life, go to Jesus. He is the source of all spiritual growth. He is the source of all lasting strength, and he is the source of all lasting joy. Thanks for listening, and have a blessed day.